Did they really think I wanted to be in the back room of a Target without a shirt on, getting milked like a cow just for a little bit of extra break time? They'll tell you they're accommodating until you need accommodation.
Yeah. Tell me what it's like to work in America without telling me what it's like and to work in America. That is the name of the video we're going to be doing today. This is going to be another one of those TikTok Reacts videos. Also, by the way, welcome back to the channel. Glad to have you. You guys are amazing. So, I've not done this one before. This one's part one. I've done, like, what's the dumbest thing an American's ever said to you? I've done, what else have I done? If you're an American living abroad, why won't you go back? What's one thing Europe has changed in your mind as an American, etc., etc. I found this one. Tell me what it's like to work in America without actually telling. So, that's what we're going to be doing today. And the American workplace, it sucks, guys. I'm glad I'm not part of the standard 9-to-5 job anymore. This is my job. I love it. I love you guys. And couldn't do it without you. So anyways, we're going to be checking this out right here. I don't know if I said it or not, but links down below. Smash that like button on the way down. Drop a comment, hit subscribe, do all that super fun stuff. And let's check this out. See what their viewpoints are.
What it's like to work in America without telling me what it's like to work in America. I'll start. I waited a year to get a really serious surgery done because I knew my previous employer wouldn't let me take the time off work. And now that I'm finally getting the surgery done and have the medical excuse, I told my doctor to only give me 1 day off because I'm afraid that my current employer won't be happy with me to take off weeks.
Yeah, it's sad. And that's another thing, like over in like Europe and like other parts of the country or world, sorry. They actually give you paid sick time. Even if it's not paid, like you get sick time. Like if you call and say, "Hey, I'm sick," they're like, "Okay, come back when you're feeling fresh." Around here, you could be like vomiting violently, can't breathe, you're so congested, and they're like, "Well, are you sure you can't come to work? Are you sure?" And then they'll be on the verge of trying to threaten to fire you. It's sad.
And when he told me that I need a few weeks to recover, I said, "I'll figure it out."
Waking up
Yeah, and it's sad that people are forced to work through their illnesses here. It's sad.
every single day with the anxiety that you might get fired today. In other developed
I remember
nations,
those
employees
days.
have protections by law so that companies can't fire you whenever they feel like it.
But not here. They can fire you for anything. They don't even need a reason. And I remember those anxieties. I remember them all too well.
We're not the greatest country in the world.
Nope.
So back in 2013, I was working as a tour guide in Philadelphia,
Philly.
and my uncle had throat cancer. We were pretty sure that he was going to die pretty soon. So
Ooh,
I
that's
told
sad.
my boss, like, I will give you as much notice as possible in case the funeral happens to be on a day that I'm supposed to be working. So eventually he did pass away, and lo and behold, I was working on the day of the funeral. So I called my boss. I had a couple days, maybe even a week's notice, and I let her know that, you know, I had a funeral to go to. And she was like, I mean, can you reschedule the funeral? We really need you that day.
Exactly. That is how they do it here. They get like come on. Come on, have some sympathy already.
I'm a tour guide, not a surgeon.
I had a baby in 2019, and when I went back to work after maternity leave, I was still breastfeeding, so I had to pump when I was at work. Typical breaks were 15 minutes. Now for me to leave my post, get my pumping stuff, go to the private room, which wasn't always available, get it all set up, take my shirt off, get it going, wait till I was empty, clean it back up, 15 minutes was not an adequate amount of time.
Tell me, guys, what is the average break time? How long do you get for break when you're at work? Right? Because here you get about 2 minutes or 2 breaks, usually 10 minutes or 15 minutes. And then you get your lunch, which is usually half an hour. Some places will give you a full hour. And that's about it. And that's in your 8-hour shift, minimum 8-hour shift, it seems like, unless you're working part-time.
Coworkers would be annoyed that I was taking longer than 15 minutes, even though we had discussed it several times. My managers would tell me that I needed to be faster. Did they really think I wanted to be in the back room of a Target without a shirt on, getting milked like a cow just for a little bit of extra break time? They'll tell you they're accommodating until you need accommodation.
Yeah, exactly.
SpongeBob, you're 15 minutes late.
Sorry, Mr. Krabs. I was out all night looking for Gary. You see, he ran away and, well, now I'm...
SpongeBob, are you okay? You look kind of different.
Well, I'm not exactly what you'd call okay, Mr. Krabs. You see, my...
Aha! You just forgot to put your hat on. Well, I figured out.
That's how it goes. I'm probably going to get claim from this SpongeBob section here, but it is what it is.
So I was hired for a company that sold burritos, and I'm not going to get too into it, but Qdoba has better burritos in this place. So during the interview, I was like, I can't work Sundays because of religious reasons. And they're like, okay, don't worry about it. Not an issue. It was an issue. So the first day
Yeah, that's the thing. When you first get a job, you know, they ask you, what's your schedule look like this? And you tell them like, this person's like, I can't work Sundays because religious reasons. And they'll be like, oh yeah, no problem. No. A couple of weeks later, they force you to come in on Sunday. And it's like, come on, we had a verbal agreement that I would not work on this day, but they don't care. Oh no. They take it beyond that. And it's like, oh, well, you're going to get fired if you don't come in.
I work is a scheduled Sunday. So I come into work thinking it's a mistake, and I tell the manager, I'm like, hey, there must have been a mix-up. I can't work Sundays. I told you just the interview. He's like, no problem. Don't worry about it. It happened 3 more times. So the third time I leave a note on the manager's desk. I'm like, I cannot work Sundays anymore. I will no longer be coming in on Sundays. I told you this. So they scheduled me the next week on a Monday from 8 to 8:30 at night. And I'm thinking to myself, yep, I'm getting fired. So I go to work and they're like, hey, we need to talk. I'm like, all right, let me go clock in. And they're like, no, you don't need to clock in. I was like, then we don't need to talk. So they're like, fine, go clock in. So I clock in and I sit down and I turn my phone on recording. I lay my phone on the table. I said, I'm recording this conversation. They're like, why? I'm like, because I know what's going to happen. They then proceeded to tell me that I was going to be terminated for changing my schedule. I said, is this because of the Sunday religious thing? And they said, yes. I said, I'm suing you. If you want to...
Yeah, he didn't change his schedule. They're the ones that changed it. He told them from the start and they agreed to it. That is the American workforce, guys.
Part 2, I'll do.
That is why I do what I do. Screw the American workforce. I'm independent. I make videos for you people to enjoy, and I love every bit of it. I wake up excited to do videos. I don't wake up with dread and sickness in my stomach and anxiety about going to work anymore. I love it.
Okay, first of all, hello to 13,000 new followers. Second of all, I'm sorry. I was not expecting the burrito story to blow up the way it did. With that being said, here is part 2 of the burrito story.
Part 2.
So after I got fired, I went home and I talked to my grandfather. Now, my dad's not in my life, so my grandfather was practically my dad. And I was new to this whole Christian thing, and I didn't know what to do. So I was like, Grandpa, what do I do? He's like, you should pray about it. So I prayed about it. After praying about it for a while, I went to a lawyer. I presented him with all the evidence, and he said, I'm going to charge you a lot of money up front. Do you have it? And I said, no. He said, well, to be completely honest, it's really not worth it then, you know, because you're going up a big corporate company and you're most likely going to lose because they have lawyers out the wazoo. And I said, isn't there anything you can do? And he's like, I don't work pro bono. You either give me this X amount of money up front and we go with it, or you don't get any service.
Yeah.
3 other lawyers also said the same thing. So I prayed about it some more, and I believe that God had told me not to sue them. I'm running out of time. I will post part 3 like right now. I'm very sorry about that. So here's part 3 of the burrito story. So after God had told me, like, no, you can't sue them, I was really upset. I'm like, but I want to sue them. I want lots and lots of money. And he's like, no, you don't need to. I was like, but I want to get even. I want to get revenge. And he's like, no, vengeance is mine. And I'm like, of course it is. So I waited, and I waited, and I waited some more. And then 6 months later, Chipotle was in a lawsuit for forcing employees to work off the clock and not paying them their due hours for working. Chipotle also faced other lawsuits, and you can Google all this, by the way.
So Chipotle must have been the place he was working at, it sounds like. And karma got him.
And I just happened to work at one of the Chipotles in New Jersey off of Berlin Cross Keys Road. So, yeah, hi to you managers. Yeah, hi. I'm doing a lot better now. I'm almost TikTok famous, so, like, what's up? But that being said, don't hold grudges, okay? Your mental health, your physical health, your children are more important than a job, okay? Your employer can replace you with the quickness. I tried to snap, it didn't work. But, you know, you come first.
He said, I tried to snap, it didn't work. Oh, burrito part 4. Wait a minute. So he shaved. Okay, he looks a lot different. No glasses, no facial hair, and possibly shorter regular hair. Okay.
I can't believe I have to make this video. I really can't. Like, you guys, wow. In reference to my burrito story, that happened back in 2014. It's now 2021. I was 23, 24 years old when that happened. And now I'm 30. I had no idea how life worked at that point, okay? I didn't know what it was like to have a real job. At that point in my life, I had no idea what it was like to be an adult. Quite frankly, I still don't, but I
And I don't either.
digress. To clear some things up, there was no malicious intent when I got hired. When I went and I told Chipotle, I was like, hey, I can't work Sundays for religious reasons. They're like, okay, not a problem. We have a few other people here who do that. They agreed to it right in the interview. So I didn't think anything of it. Okay, I've always been a genuine dude, so when they scheduled me on a Sunday, I genuinely assumed it was a mistake. I let it happen 3 or 4 times, and then I put my foot down, and then I got fired. And then to everyone else who's saying, like, I planned everything, I'm not that smart, but thank you for the compliment. To everyone else who's saying that companies don't have to respect your religious reasons,
Why would he plan it? Why would he plan his firing, though? That's just ridiculous.
yes, they do actually, okay? You have religious freedom in the United States. Companies cannot discriminate against you for religious reasons, okay?
Right.
They should not have hired me in the first place, like, at all. Like I said before, I had no idea what it was like to be an adult, okay? I still lived at home with my parents at this point. After all of that happened, I was broke. I was making like $20 a month working at a car wash in Berlin.
Jeez.
I was negative thousands of dollars in my bank account because I couldn't pay my bills, and I was really stupid with money. Quite
Sounds like me.
frankly, I still am, but I digress. I'm now 30. Okay, I have a really, really, really great job. I love working for my company. They respect me, okay? They listen when I talk to them. They understand what I say. Not once have they ever insulted me for being a Christian. Not once have they ever questioned why I needed a day off.
I say to each their own. You know, everybody has different beliefs, right? And then no reason to make fun of somebody else for their beliefs.
I make really good money, and that's not me flexing. I have a 401k, a retirement plan. I get paid holidays and vacation time, and I work Monday through Friday, 8 to 3. Like, my job is freaking awesome. I know what I want out of life, and I didn't settle until I got it. However, it took me a long time to get here. When I was fired from Chipotle, I went to work at a car wash. I was making no money at all. Like, I was broke. Until my buddy was like, hey, I just quit a job because I just don't want to do it. They're hiring. You want to work there? I was like, sure. How much do they pay? And he's like, $600 a week after taxes. I was like, sign me up. So then I started working for a bread company, delivering bread throughout the night. I got a year experience, and then I left and went to the job I'm at now. But to sum everything up, there was no malicious intent. I didn't plan anything. It just kind of happened. Quite frankly, I don't really care about Chipotle. I like their food. It's nice, but like, I'm not mad at them. Like, it is what it is. Things happen in life, and you just got to make the best of it.
Yeah, and it's not the whole company. It's just the one person that was in charge of you that fired you, you know, so to vanquish the entire company would be kind of dumb anyways. And they do have good food. I've ate there once.
Paying an exorbitant amount of money for a college education in order to be qualified for a job, only to have that job turn around and annually pay us a fraction of what we need to pay off student loan debts, which we incurred in order to be qualified for that job in the first place.
Yeah. And that's if you're even lucky enough to get a job in your field.
My dad passed away tonight, and I'm not going to be able to make it in tomorrow. Oh my God, I am so sorry. I totally understand. Take all the time you need. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I'll keep you posted, okay? Don't worry about a thing. We got it covered. Hi, listen, there is a lot going on. I just really need to take the rest of the week off. Oh. Well, I mean, do you really think that's smart? You only worked 2 days this week, and you know we don't offer bereavement pay. Yes, I understand that you don't offer bereavement pay or sick pay or vacation time, and that my check is going to be very small this week. Then wouldn't it make sense to come into work? I mean, do you really think you need this much time off? Yes, as a matter of fact, I do. I've worked for you for 2 years, and I have never called off. All I need is a couple days to help my mom with the funeral arrangements. Fine, but plan on staying late next week so you can get caught up on your work.
And that's the nicest way that goes. It's usually worse.
Hey, so I was on my way to work, sitting at the stoplight, and someone ran the light and hit my car. No, it's no longer drivable now. Yeah, no, I can't drive it. The airbag deployed, the wheels bent in pretty bad. I can send you guys some pictures, but I'm not gonna be able to come in today. No, I'm not asking for a ride. I'm just asking for a little bit of time, maybe today off, so I can go deal with my car and figure out how I'm gonna get to work tomorrow. I have literally never missed a day. I'm just asking for this one day.
Yeah.
That'd be great. What do you mean? No, I'm not making it up. I'm not trying to skip work because it's Saturday. I swear to God, I will send you a picture. I literally just need this one day. Like, can you just, fine, write me up. Write me up. I don't care. Just write me up.
Yeah, that's the sad truth, guys. That is the sad truth. Wow. So this is going to be a fun series here. Like I said, I've done the what's the dumbest thing Americans ever said to you? What's something in Europe has changed your mind about America? If you're an American living abroad, tell me why you won't go back, et cetera, et cetera. This one, tell me what it's like to work in America without actually telling me. This is going to be good. I enjoy it. If you guys enjoy it too, hit like, hit subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future content. I do reactions to this kind of stuff, and I also do reactions to like learning stuff, which a lot of you would probably think is boring. So if that's not for you, don't subscribe. That's cool. You guys have a super fun, awesome day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. Bye.